Hi everybody, it's Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio, and today I have another vintage quilt to show you. This is one that I bought, the pieced blocks. It's just a set of blocks, and then I sewn them together with some alternate blocks to make a quilt. This is a small quilt. These are 9-patch blocks and they're from the 1920s. So I hope you'll stay with me and I'll show you more details about this quilt. Okay, this is my 9-patch quilt. This looks to me like it's made from 1920s fabrics. And I bought these as blocks and then put them together using some reproduction fabrics. And I found a line that was patriotic. Had some fireworks looking here, like stars, shooting stars. And then this blue is just little stars. You can see those there. Okay, these blocks, I think there's 3, 4 that are the same. There's a couple that they're duplicates of in here, but most of these are a little bit different. So let me show you some of these up close. And the reason I think these are 1920s is because of the very small prints within them and the muted colors. So they're not 30s because they would be more clearer colors and brighter to pastel. 1940s would have larger prints in them, and they would be darker actually than this probably. But I like these prints in there, like this little wandering leaf with kind of a stripe over top, and they've got it paired up with something that looks like maybe it came from a man's shirt. And this one has a solid blue with a purple plaid, and here you can see where it was pieced right here. But she did a good job because you can't hardly tell except that these don't line up right there. And this is a block that is repeated. It's 4 times. There's 4 of these blocks in there. But this is a black, and this is kind of an olive green plaid, and it's got kind of a raised texture to it. And then that same green is in this block, but this is a gray, more of a kind of a morning print, which some of these remind me of morning prints. And there's that green again, only it's in a blue stripe, or paired with a blue stripe fabric. And there's another one of those black little prints here. And another blue and purple. I'm going to move the quilt towards me a little bit. Okay, here's a red. Let me get up close so you can see those prints a little better. And this is that same green, olive green print. You can see these. There's little circles in there. They're formed by little dots. And then here's a tiny check with that larger plaid. That plaid is shown a lot in this quilt. Look, here it is with another morning print. And this is kind of a striped fabric here with little flowers and this little zigzag print. And then there's the plaid again with a different red. And then here is a pink with a stripe. And then this one is a pink gingham type with a stripe. This is a kind of a geometric, it's also probably a man's shirt of some kind with a purple plaid there. And then there's another black, this is black dot with that green plaid. And this one is a red check with some, I'm not sure what those are. They look like hashtags on there, but I'm sure that's not what they were calling them back in the 1920s, along with the stripe. And here's a blueprint right here with a kind of a meandering background. And this fabric is just a kind of an off-white. It's just a solid. And then the last one is that green plaid again with that black stripe. Now as far as the quilting, I did a feather in the middle and outlined it twice, and then I did just some straight line quilting here in the corners. And then I did cross hatch in the 9 patches. Now for the inner border, I did an arc right here, just arced it all the way across, and then I did feathers in the back, or in the outer border, and that feather goes all the way around the corner. Well, let me turn this over so you can see that a little better. There we go. Quilting is better this way. You can see the feathers a bit better. And you can see that arc goes all the way around. And you can see the block quilting a little bit better. So this one turned out really well. I used a grunge on the back. I don't remember what color that was, but it's an off-white grunge. And I used the same fabric for the binding. So that's a grunge binding. And these alternate blocks are the same. That's the grunge fabric. So I think that went real well with this quilt. Let me see if I can find the label. Okay. I quilted this in 2020. So during the pandemic, I did this quilt. Right at the very beginning of the pandemic. And I guess that I bought these as blocks at, I think it was at an antique store, at a place that it's about, I don't know, 40 miles away from me, 45 miles, something like that. So they were all just in a baggie. Somebody was selling them. And I don't remember what I paid for them, but it wasn't probably very much.
Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links, and to keep up with my latest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.